First of all, thank you so much for all of the enthusiasm out there after our launch, all of the orders and the requests for free samples, all the messaging we've gotten and feedback we've had already. It's really exciting for us, after working on this for a long time, to see the excitement and enthusiasm people share with us on this product. Today we're going to discuss how we use the hook splint as a relative motion orthosis and how we apply it and lock it. When you first get it, it's going to come out of the package and you'll ask yourself, oh, how am I going to use it? How am I going to use these tabs to apply the locking mechanism? So you'll have the patient, and we're going to demonstrate a middle finger yoked into extension first. And so the band is applied directly to the hand, and this is basically the sizing step. So you size the band and you find the perforation that you think will fit best. I will say that if you're between sizes, always choose the larger size. The band loses a little diameter through the locking process and through the bending of the splint. You'll lose a few millimeters, so save yourself a step and choose one size bigger. So I'm going to choose this perforation, and it's pretty much flush on the hand with a little gapping. Then we're going to test it and bend it right now for sizing. There's enough tackiness of the silicone and enough of a press fit through the perforation that even before bending or locking, it's not going anywhere. We then ask the patient to go ahead, flex and extend, and we check our sizing at that point to see how it fits. My size feels pretty good here, so I'm going to stick with this perforation. But as you can see, if need be, I could just move a hole up or move a hole down if it's too big or too large. So then we take it back off of the hand and we're going to lock this first tab. We use either a needle nose pliers or a smooth needle driver. This one's a little larger, sort of a medium or small size needle driver. I'll use the needle nose pliers in this case. And if we could zoom in here, I'll try to keep my fingers out of the way. We grab the tab and we leave 2 or 3 millimeters off of the edge of the tab. We then rotate our forearm into supination, dropping the end of that tab into the adjacent perforation. Once we've done that, we can crimp down and push that through. So now it's gone through. And after it's gone through, we want this bottom tab to lay flush. We take it out a little bit and just crimp again, squeezing down on this lock. So we basically have here, it went up through one perforation, down through the next. We crimp, and you can see that's nice and low profile. Then we're going to move to our other tab. So we hold these together so that we have appropriate length and the splint will lay flat until we get to our other tab. Here we have it. Again, we look at the size. We've got things nice and stable. I'm going to find where the appropriate size is for this, and I'm going to use this hole, and that just drops in, and you see the tab drops in. We bend it back out, and it can either lay flat or go again back up into the adjacent perforation. Again, there are a lot of ways to do this. You find what's right for you. So now, again, we're up and through. We just want this to lay flat. So we're going to crimp, crimp, and that's perfectly flat. So then we're going to reform the splint. We like to keep our doubled over zone, which is called the rigid zone, over the finger that's being yoked. So we would reapply this to the patient, have them flex and extend a few times, and there's your hook splint. What's important is that this external tab not be exposed so that it's not going to catch on clothing, catch on a bed sheet or a blanket, and come loose. So that's why we make sure we tuck these tabs. The hook splint is very versatile. One thing we like about it is for certain patients, certain conditions, we may want to actually use the splint and yoke a finger in two different directions. So it can simply be flipped upside down. Now we can use this in the opposite direction, and the middle finger is placed into relative flexion. So that's how we apply the hook splint relative motion orthosis. There are many ways to do this, many more ways to lock it. We know you will enjoy it. We want you to experiment with it, be creative, make it your own. Thank you.